Live from the nation's capital, Gaborone, this is BTV News at 9. I'm Udibile Samoka Topota Posas interpreting in sign language. Now let's take a look at stories making headlines. President Masisi delivers a Christmas message that inspires Botswana to unite towards the realization of the nation's aspirations. Minister Musi assures the nation of heightened police presence during the holidays. And in sport, the second edition of the FNB Grand Prix scheduled for April 2024. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now in our first story, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi has delivered a Christmas message that inspires Botswana to unite towards the realization of the nation's aspirations. He urged Botswana to take time during the holiday season to introspect and adopt a collective approach to transform the country. Utsile Onkabetse.
With the Christmas festivities in full swing and most of the countries preparing to usher in a new year, President Masisi's Christmas message spoke to the need for intentionality on the part of all citizens and stakeholders to duly reflect as well as collectively forge ahead towards a better Botswana.
I appeal to the nation at large to embark on a transformative journey with me as I passionately implore every citizen to delve deep into a pivotal realm, our unwavering national dedication to mindset change. The horizon of 2024 beacons, offering us a profound chance to revolutionize our lives. My call to the public servants is, as we pause to rejuvenate, let us channel our energies for an ascendant leap into the coming year, committed to elevating the benchmarks of policy implementation and delivering unparalleled service excellence to the people of Botswana.
The escalating crime rates in the country are a cause for concern, prompting the active participation of all to build a more peaceful, safe and secure future for citizens.
Let me at this juncture punctuate my Christmas message to the nation by registering a strong sense of condemnation of the growing tendencies of criminality, including gender-based violence in our communities. Let us change our mindsets and exhibit a high level of boto in our social relations. The state will continue to intensify its capacity to fight criminality by deploying more police personnel and the available tools and surveillance technologies in order to prevent the commission of crimes as well as heighten the chances of apprehending criminals and prosecuting them accordingly.
The festive season is also a time where social and economic disparities are in evidence, hence the need for communities to remember and extend kindness, love and generosity to those in need.
As we celebrate Christmas, I encourage you to remember to embrace your kith and kin, your neighbors and other community residents who might not have enough or anything to celebrate with. Please share your meals with them as well as offer them food hampers to last them for several weeks. I also encourage you to gift them with clothes according to your ability and the abundance of your good hearts.
The year 2023 may have conceivably been a good year for a significant fraction of Botswana's 2.4 million plus population, given the various socio-economic developments and evidence, such as the Village Connectivity Initiative, which has digitally transformed the rural development landscape across the country. Utsile Onkabetse, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister of Defense and Security, Mr. Kagiso Musi, has assured the nation of heightened police presence during these holidays. He said this year the country recorded a slight reduction in crime incidents compared to the previous years. Terima.
In the recent years, this country has seen a great soaring of criminal activities, which include, amongst others, money scams, ATM bombings, and murders. And as such, the ministry made a decision to increase the police manpower, and it was mentioned that next year about 1,000 police officers will be hired as a way to reduce crime.
Tsa madi tse ne di heta ya 2022-2023 le ya 2023-2024 ba ne ba re tsenyetsa mapodisi gore re kgone gore re oketse sepodisi sa rona ka gore ne re lemogile gore dipalo tsa rona tsa sepodisi di santse di le ko tlase. mme hela ke batla go leboga gore le one wa 2024-2025 puso e bone gore e re okeletse gape ka 1,000 more police officers.
Kgomo Kumo campaign will also be strengthened to ensure that Botswana don't get deprived of their livestock by thieves.
Mapodising a tla beng a losiwa mo ngwageng o tlang mo simolola ka bo April re tla be re nna o re tla oketsa ona mapodisi ona stock theft ka mapodisi a ka tshwara bo 200. So ke dumela gore le ha tshele re tla kgona gore re leke gore re le cover ka bokete gore tota le phata la stock theft ka gore ra itse re kgomo ke yone khumo a Motswana. The end of February re tla be re na le gone mo goteng unmanned aerial vehicles UAVs mo re go tlwaetseng go bidiwa go ke di drone le tsone re di orderile di tla goroga mo kgweding ya February. Di drone tseo tla be re simolola go di deploya le tsone di hoha ha re batlang teng ha re bonang go le bothata teng mme di patrola le tsone re kgona go di dirisa mo borderline.
The recent police aircraft that was purchased for the police is evidence that the ministry is doing all it can to fight crime, and there are plans to put other measures in place to ensure that there is reduction of crime. Terry Makgoeng, BTV News, Gaborone.
57 people in Chobokwani in the Khanzi district have received their secure land title certificates as part of the ongoing process of land boards across the country to migrate to new certificates.
In June last year, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi officiated at the national launch of the secure land title at Moshopa Land Board, and since the launch of the new land certificates, Land Board across the country has been issuing those certificates to those who have already applied for them.
Se tshwana le yone title deed maybe le ha se tshwana le yone title deed yana ra itse gore pele no re ha o dira title deed o tshwantse gore o survey o bo bua gape o ikisetsa dipampiri gone go deeds of registry mme se goromento re tse o ta ba dira di cost tsontse o tsa bo go surveyela le gone go dira dipampiri tsa gago se stankana botsadi sena le mo go tweng security features. Le pampiri hele dirisitsweng ha se pampiri o ka tsena mo shopo wa e reka
me la thuto a rona hela ke gona gore re itse gore le ha sele ke bo swaja kwa raeso so a re le somareleng a se ka re kana go dipehela wa rekisa le hatse o le Motswana kana le hatse ke tshwane seriti sa rona gore o bona le se sa o nna le ha o tsosa ntho go teng go ha seriti o le Motswana le ha ba twa bua ke ntonyana e nngwe kana for me hela ke se tshasa gago o tsosa thogogo ke seriti hela se se ha khamatsa jaanong a re skan ra tsediwa ke ba ma 10,000 a re tshwareng ditshatse tsa rona e nne boswa ja bana ba rona le bana ba rona.
Some who were here for the certificate seek some clarity where they couldn't understand.
Ke lebeletse gone gore ha mo ba batla go dira se se batlang kopi ya sertifikata sa se ba go mo posa gore a ikole go di kopadi ya no mo era ka go bona go tla go thatahaletsa batho.
Botswana were advised to register for the SLT on time to avoid last-minute rush, and were told that this secure land title comes with better benefits. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Chobokwani.
Minister of Health, also a member of Parliament for Matete Malapo-Abojan, Dr. Edwin Dikoloiti, has encouraged residents of Dipotsana village to make their milling project a successful business enterprise. The milling project was built under the Constituency Community Projects Program. Pel Pududu compiled this one.
Dipotsana residents have been encouraged to take it upon themselves to ensure the milling project in their village benefits them. If put to good use, the project could create jobs as well as generate income purposed for establishing sustainable developments in the village.
Council ya kanye ka go e jakare ya mogela yana e batla go akanyediwa me tse batla le ya kanyetsa le phutholo tse di kakanye me ke na le tumelo e tletseng ya gore le tla ya kanyetsa ya ka tlholantse la kanyetsa lo tse dingwe ya la ka go harologana ga tsone gore a mme ka go ye a re tsamaise re le VDC
kana rage rona e be re ngoka boramadi gore ka go ke tla o e dirise rona e be re ba le bogoelana re rente ke bokana.
Mme a ka tona na buile re tshwanetse gore re lebelle di-variables re lebelle mo go ka re ungwelang ka food chain value ye e leng gore e tla be e diragalang go saletse rona re tla lebella botswerere jotlhe bo e leng gore bo ka tsaya motse o ba o isa ko pele.
Even though the project is now complete and successfully handed over to the Botswana community, it suffered some setbacks that deterred it from meeting the set completion date.
Ne ra nna le kgwetlhonyana mo projecting e ne ra tsenya kontraka wa ntlha mme a re ntse re tsweletse a itemogela di-challenge tse dingwe mme go di itemogeleng a seka a batla go nna le rona ga tshe gore re buye ke sone se ne sa ira gore go nne bonyanyana jaaka re itse gore project e ne la 2017-2018 ke sone se se ne sa re dia mo dikagong.
The nation at large is encouraged to innovate ideas and utilize all projects built in their areas through the community constituency program in ways that will ultimately develop this country's economy. Paul Puduhudu, PTV News.
Small medium enterprises in Tsabong have recorded growth in their businesses this year. According to different members of the business community, they received a good support from their customers, leading to significant profits.
Small businesses not only have the potential to create employment for the youth in rural areas, but also enables the entrepreneurs to provide employees with reasonable salaries and take care of their families. Buying from small businesses also helps stimulate the local economy and keep the business sector flourishing. My customers are very loyal, and I'm sure with their support I'll be able to expand my business. Running my small business is better than depending on someone.
For the moment, the business is so down, but before.
At the moment, the business is down because we were moved from a good location.
But they remove us from that side.
Customers say small businesses provide the best customer service. I support small businesses so they can earn a living. Small businesses, you can even negotiate the price. These entrepreneurs say one of their New Year resolutions is to introduce unique products and services that are not available at large retailers, as that can help attract new customers. BTV News, Tsabong.
Kanye community members living with disabilities received Christmas hampers from the Office of the Member of Parliament for Kanye North, Dr. Lemogang Kwape, and the Giyani Company. Addressing the community to commemorate the World Disability Day, the Southern District Commissioner, Mr. Mumpuluki Mochanang, praised the residents on government's continued support to people living with disabilities through evaluation of empowerment policies and programs.
The gifts include 75 variety fruit trees as well as food hampers for Christmas. The celebration event is said to have been consecutively celebrated since 2021 and is expected to continue being celebrated annually during the month and season of giving.
Ke gore mahatse a itame mo malawaneng wo kana convention me ke supe gore lahatse la Botswana le nara la dira yalo la ba convention ye kana monwana gore le rona dumalana le yone ka di 12 tsa July 2021.
If you are living with disability, there is still hope. You are still alive. The only thing is that you are not as able as the other person to access the service. We in health want to make sure that we make it possible that we close the gaps of people with disability to reach the services.
Community elders have also expressed their extended hand of improving the lives of those living with disabilities.
tshwaragano eo le tshwaraganeng government ka gore le kgone gore thusa ba se ka la lebelela hela gore mona le bogole re tshwanetse gore ba thuse ka bodirempo re tshwanetse gore re ba thusa nako go ba dirile di-commemoration le gore hira le go sekasekeng ga se gore o monate hela gore a be re nna re hiwa le rona re batla gore re itirele.
Botswana have been asked to continue recognizing the importance of the acts of gratitude and sharing the little they have with the less privileged communities. Gesego Fetse Makwinja, BTV News, Kanye.
The Assistant Minister of Trade and Industry, Ms. Beauty Manake, donated food hampers to Mosele Society to appreciate the organization's contribution in advancing national values of unity and preservation of culture. The presentation of the gift was held at Kagiso Khotla in Silibepikwe on Friday. Karabo Murusi with the details.
The Mosele Elderly Society was birthed after the elders acceded to the request by Kgosi Maktipe in 2014 to build a traditional hut to establish a cottage cultural village and education center. These women's contribution in developing Silibepikwe is evident and deemed instrumental in fostering unity and cultural preservation.
A lemoga diatla tsa batsadi bo molemo ja tsone mme a bona go le botlhokwa gore ga go molemo gore e re ha ba tswa mo matsapeng a kana ba sa tswang go dira tiro entle swana le ba e Christmaseng kana ba e malapeng a bone a sa ba rare ngwaga o moshaki o a sa ba rare Christmas entle ke eo.
Ministera o na re thusa makgetho a mabedi ka madi a tsitsimosang mmele ga re reka o jang o re thusitse ka madi re ruletse o re ha di Christmas motho o ntseng jalo ka re tshwanelo ke gore re leboge modimo ha ene se modimo mme mana ke o ka ba sa ipona gore o tshwanetse gore.
These elders will celebrate Christmas and usher in a new year with excitement and renewed focus sparked by the recognition and gifts presented to them. The gesture will also encourage others to contribute in community development initiatives. The project will be officially opened next year.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Itseng gore Botswana o ha ka lebaka la lona ebile ga gona ope yo yang go tswa kontata go baakanya Botswana ja lona la itse gore puso e dirwa jang la itse gore le dula le iriwa jang mme re solohela gore go ta nna le ditiro tse dintsi go tisa hope e ntsi kana tsholohelo e ntsi e leng gore e tata e hetola matshelo a rona a ba hetola matshelo a bana ba rona
tropo ya phazima betso go nte go a khathisa le ko mmolongwa ha o ka tsena since past 2 weeks molo tetse e gona le botshelo mo toropong.
Mobilization to increase membership targeting men is on the cards to close gaps emanating from death of some members. The men who graced the Christmas gift presentation event were appreciated with 100 Bula vouchers, each one of them. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Silibepikwe.
You're watching BTV News and thank you for staying with us. Now, moving on, Tlokweng border has seen an increase in the number of travelers entering and exiting the country in the build to the holidays. According to the Tlokweng border immigration officer, Izani Silasi, they're expecting numbers to increase as more people are expected to travel to South Africa to attend crossover church services on New Year's Eve. Mojadi Mokibelo.
The festive season marks a moment whereby many have the privilege to travel across the country using different border entries to visit their families and friends in other countries, and as usual, many thronged the Tlokweng border.
Statistics are on us are 73,996 from the 1 of 2022, December 2023, 73,996. Me hare ba pisale mo go sa tswang go fita wa 2022. The whole of December 2022. Re nile le batho ba le 84,606. Ka jalo ha o lebella o khona go lemoga gore dipalo tsa gompieno setse di le gaufi le go tshwara tsa last year, mme re sampe re na le malatsi go ya go pele gore December wa rona o ka hela.
Even though there are some challenges encountered, the Tlokweng border remains focused in assisting their clients diligently.
Tota di challenge di teng, mme kana sa nthayela ke gore ya ka re lega ke gore re ta go thusa Batswana le di customer tsa rona go tswa go mahatsheng a bangwe go nne le yone tirisano mo go yone re buang ka yone e leng gore ke e leng gore ya eletsega le ga motho a heta ka bona gore nyame ko Botswana ke le gatshe le e leng gore motho ka etela teng. Jaanong di challenges re na le tsone di kgang tsa gore ba bangwe ba taka di passport di expire ke go mo gakolola gore nyame motsadi passport expire jaanong re kopa gore go dire e ntsha ya mosipile ho ka kwa khona go tswella ka le one go tswella ka mosipile, mme o itela go na le gore go ba sa tsege sente ka jalo re leka ka bojotlhe gore re leke go mo lemotsha gore nyame tsamaiso ke.
On other issues, the Tlokweng border leadership has urged the travelers to make sure that they have valid birth certificates for their children before crossing the border, as this will reduce delays at the border entry and exit points. Moja Timu Kibelo, BTV News, Tlokweng.
Ramokhwebana border post is also experiencing an influx of people who are crossing into Zimbabwe from Botswana and the neighboring South Africa for Christmas and New Year celebrations. The border received 5,991 cross-border travelers on the 22nd of December alone. Chief Immigration Officer Ms. Lindiwe Ngwenya says the numbers have compelled them to increase personnel at the border as they expect the numbers to soar over the coming days. Abigail Madorobo and Faith Ditete.
2,250 travelers crossed over to Zimbabwe through Ramokhwebana border post on the 22nd December 2022, and this year the numbers increased to 5,991.
Jaga dipalo tsa rona di re supehetsa gore re na le 5,191 ke tsa letsatsi le le one hela maabane. Gompieno go tswa 6 o'clock go itlhela 10 re setse re thusitse batho ba le 1,512. Mo go supang gore ha ra go hetsa by the end of the day dipalo tse di tlebe di heta tsa maabane. Letsatsi la gompieno re sologetse batho ba le bantsi le la ka moso ba ba tebe ba heta. Batho ba rona ba eleng gore ba heta ha thata ke ba eleng gore ba re ke ba transit, most of them ke ba letswela Zimbabwe ba le ba tswa ko South Africa ba heta yana ba ko Zimbabwe. And ba Zimbabwe ke bana ba bantsi go bogolatela ba South Africa bogolatela Batswana ba ba tsamayang gone gompieno ana ke bone ba ba yang for the holidays ko masikeng le ba few ya dikereke.
As an organization mo mololaneng le ba BRS re ipangantse seemo se ka go tlhenera kopa go tishwa ka di-officera go tswa ko mahelong a mangwe a rona mme ne ra iwa di-officera tse di tlang di re thusa go laola seemo sa traffic. We have deployed our offices in all the strategic areas, which is the gate, le mo di-countereng gore ba kgone go thusa di-customer tsa rona ka boheo.
Despite the significant increase, Ramokgwebana border post is braced to tackle the congestion.
There's serious efficiency, there's good organization, the security guys are doing their best, and those that are managing and monitoring the queues, they are also doing their best.
Today is better than the previous years in terms of the conducting of the traffic from outside up to the inside. Even though the stamping passport is slightly slow, but it's better than the previous years.
Parents were commended for adhering to the requirements for traveling with minors by bringing along necessary documents. Faithy, DTT, BTV News, Ramokgwebana.
Police in Molepolole are investigating 2 cases of road accidents that occurred on the 20th and 22nd of December. Molepolole Police Superintendent Jacob Malapong said one incident involves a 40-year-old man of Borakalolo Ward who was hit by a car and died on the spot at his business complex in Borakalolo Ward. He said the second incident involves a Polo VW driver who hit and injured 7 pedestrians at Music Cabin nightclub still in Borakalolo Ward. Jessica Pilani.
As stated by Superintendent Molapong, the deceased got hit by a car as he was crossing the road. He says the deceased was then rushed to Scottish Livingston Hospital, where he was certified dead upon arrival.
a tswa ka madilo maya ka go a mangwe ke ha tla kopana le one koloi jaanong mme le moro ga tiragala yo re na le ka go sia ene wa koloi ya thase mme mapodisi ka lesego ba kgona go mmona jaanong re yo ona tshegediwa mme a golwa mme o tla le bana ke melato ha ditlhodiso di
In another incident, a Polo VW driver lost control of his car, hitting and injuring 7 pedestrians in the wee hours of Thursday. However, the driver is said to have missed his target as he was intending to run over a man he had a misunderstanding with at a nightclub that same night.
Ba bedi ba na wona dikgolo tse di masisi yo mongwe ya mme ona ragisetso ko sepateleng sa Marina kwa Gaborone yo mongwe o santsa robetse gone ha Scottish jaanong re yo go lebaga ana kgwetsa a sena setlankana sa go kgwetsa mme ka jalo o tla le bana go ne molato wa gore a kgwetse koloi a senatiseletso le gone go kgwetsa koloi ka go tlhoka kelello.
The public is implored to be cautious on the road and abide by the road traffic rules and regulations during these festive holidays. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolole.
Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us. Liza Osekeng on standby to take you through the world of sport. Liza, we meet again.
We do this again, right?
It's time for sport. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Liza Osekeng with the world of sport. And in our first story, the FNB Botswana Golden Grand Prix International Meet has brought growth and dignity to local athletics. This was highlighted by the director of the meet, Dlodi Dube, as preparations for the second edition of the international meet scheduled for next year, April, are underway. Kagiso Molelekwa has the report.
Dube says, as organizers of the international meet, they encountered several challenges in organizing the first edition held early this year, but they have taken those challenges as a learning curve going forward.
This status was given Nakoita Maile. And then obviously when we get into something for the first time, those challenges. and le nako ke yone e dirileng e ne ya nna maba go gaisa gore yaano ga re na yone nako ya gore re go nna hatsi re ipue gore wena mo lebaleng o tshameka number 10 wena o tshameka number 2 e ne ya nna kganyela gore ha re go tshameka re sa itse gore yo o tshameka number ma yo o tshameka number ma and ke dingwe tsa di issue tse e leng gore gompeno di mo tafoleng re le ka gore re di bakanye because at the end of the day you know what we all come and go but issue e teng ela gore we are just ironing those issues together with all the sponsors together with Botswana government together with Golden Door Sports Agency.
He further noted that, despite the challenges, the international meet brought along a lot of positives which benefited both individual athletes as well as the athletics code as a whole.
We're ranked number 13 around the world. And this time, Botswana is publicized in more than 154 countries live. Publicity it was, all over the world, people are still talking about Botswana. Though, rankile number 13 jalo, Botswana Athletics recently nominated top 6 powerhouse athletics, and to us it's a huge achievement. Narna libo Australia, narna libo America, narna libo mahatsa libo UK, mahatsa libo you know what ako dimu, and then we have also our biggest team in the World Championship this year. And kila ntare na le team ya di athletes tse dintse jalo o ka gakologela gore malatsinya na qualification ya athletics ga go sa tshwana le nako ele ya bogologolo go to you run the time, you run against the clock. Malatsinya na it's all about points. O ka ha lo rongwa gakologela this boy yo na taboga 800 wa rona is one of the boys o ileng gore o ile hela ka di points tse ileng gore di contribute ke one mmiti wa rona. And then ha tsena kwa he was amongst the finalists.
The former 800 meters athlete says the preparation for the second edition of the FNB Botswana Golden Grand Prix are currently running smoothly.
All the sponsors last year, none of them instead how far pop more money to this event because this thing it's kione life ya rona ya Botswana. And monato wa teng ke gone gore we are just ironing some few issues together with so that re tsamae sente ka line re ska ra gatana di cons because ha re gatana di cons what ha go nne sente ke yone kganya gore re ipakanye and then ha re bulutsa ngwaga ya ka tabere simolla yana you know what gompeno Botswana government aba di goga ko pele.
The international meet, which was initially called Gaborone International Meet before being upgraded by World Athletics Body to Golden status and be renamed Botswana Golden Grand Prix, is the second international meet in the African continent after Kenya's Cape Kano. The second edition of FNB Botswana Golden Grand Prix is expected to be held next year on the 14th of April in Gaborone. Kagiso Molelekwa, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
And now switching codes to football news. Modipani United humbled Black Heroes by 3-1 to register their first 3 points of the Modipani 3-day festive soccer tournament. Ryan Khangwanyane has the report.
The match started on low, but it was Modipani United who found their rhythm and opened the scoring on the 12th minute, courtesy of Khosi Tsilen Tobelang. 10 minutes later, Black Heroes failed to convert a penalty they were awarded after Modipani United's defender was adjudged to have handled the ball in the 18-yard box, taking the game into recess with a 1-0 lead in favor of Modipani United. The second half had a better start as both teams got quick goals, Modipani United extending their lead on the 46th minute through Atamo Khosi. A minute later, Black Heroes pulled one back through Timo Konego. On the 78th minute, Khosi Tsilen Tobelang put the final nail on the coffin to secure all important 3 points.
Batshamiki kana gagole Christmas holidays and we tell a lot of players ba Modipani United, they travel to the north and we have a lot of players who are not here. So with the small boys that are available, we managed at least to win this game, and we'll just try and do that tomorrow and on the other third day. They did a good job.
Festive, so we are using players from mafilong amang so Rabayo, Wanani Idrissa, Bageba Rutun Samba Banyinyane, then le ba ne ba retirile ke ba busitse gore re tlo tlatsa palo re kgone go tla go toucha mmela ke tla re ke itumeletse motshameko re lekile we fought
The games continue on day 2 as Black Mambas take on Black Heroes while Modipani United face OD Black Aces. Ryan Khengoyan, BTV Sport, Modipani.
And now moving on to Shashamoge Festive Tournament, which commenced today. Men Machine and Rolling Stars played to a goalless draw in the first game of the tournament, which was held at Comet Shooting Stars grounds. The tournament, which consists of 8 teams, is expected to come to an end on the 1st of January next year. Other teams which were fixtured today are Mapani Vultures, Home Defenders, Comets Shooting and Tolo United.
Going forward, I have realized that I need a central point. Going forward, we are going to try to find that person and try to organize the team better. I think we are going to come back victorious come the next 2 games.
Bone ba tshameki ka go bona go kopana ga bona go simolla ka re ba kopanyana kana di games tse tshwanang le tsa bo Christmas o itelele gore wa go dirisa di player ba tshameki ba tswa kwa le kwa so ga re simolla re ba kopanya. Yes, it can take more than 1 game, but going forward re soloela gore ra o tshameka game ya bobedi ya boraro maduo a go change
nna go le thatanyana re simolola go ka tshegetsa tournament ya ngwaga wa gompieno ele gore ne gona le re Mosako le mme Mosako bana ba re hela ba re kwaletse le kwalo gore ba kopa gore rotloetsa mme bana ba kopa gore rotloetsa ka madi a kana ka 35,000 dipuisano tsa radine di a tsamaya mme di ne di tsamaya hela sente ka hana ba reeletsa ka teng le ha ne re ntse bangwe re ipeletsa gore nya madi a ka tswa le manyane mme ne re hela re bona gore
And that is it for sport this week. Me and you will do this again in a week's time right here on BTV News, DSTV channel 289. Have yourselves a safe Christmas. Right.
Have a blessed one.
Have a blessed one.
It has already started. I can feel the mood even in the studio here. Even outside I can see that people are prepared for tomorrow.
Are you?
I am.
Okay.
I'm ready for everything. All right, thank you. Let's meet after Christmas.
Of course.
And that is the news this hour. Let's take a reminder of our top stories. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi delivers a Christmas message that inspires Botswana to unite towards the realization of the nation's aspirations. Minister Musi assures the nation of heightened police presence during the holidays. And in sport, the second edition of the FNB Grand Prix is scheduled for April 2024. Well, that is the news this hour. With us up next.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Lydia Wachikomo. Let's take a look at the rainfall amount recorded this morning. Pandamatenga Main Station 10 millimeters, Soa Main Station 2 millimeters. Looking at the current satellite image, clouds are visible over most parts of the country. Tomorrow, expecting some partly cloudy conditions with possibility of isolated thundershowers over Kalahari district. Also expecting cloudy conditions with possibility of scattered thundershowers. In the morning, we're expecting hot temperatures over the entire country ranging between 20 and 26 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, expecting hot temperatures over central and northeast districts between 33 and 35 degrees Celsius. Also expecting warm temperatures between 27 and 32 degrees Celsius. As for the SADC region, some showers expected over Port Elizabeth with 24 degrees Celsius. Maseru and Manzini expecting thunder showers with 26 degrees Celsius over Manzini and 23 degrees Celsius over Maseru. Antananarivo and Lusaka, we're expecting some thunder showers with 31 degrees Celsius over Lusaka and 26 degrees Celsius over Antananarivo. Beira, we're expecting clear skies with 33 degrees Celsius. Dar es Salaam and Kinshasa, we're expecting some thunder showers with 30 degrees Celsius over Kinshasa and 31 degrees Celsius over Dar es Salaam. Showers expected over Blantyre with 29 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Good night.